Nordson, a corporation with more than 5,000 employees, finds their SharePoint portal's activity crucial to sustain newsletter readership and comes out on top of their game with user adoption rates increased, thanks to CardioLog Analytics' excellent reports. Here is a glimpse of how Nordson transformed their vision into reality with CardioLog Analytics usage reports. How did the communications department increase and take the engagement and interaction levels of end users within the Nordson SharePoint user crowds far beyond their expectations with CardioLog Analytics usage reports? Nordson had a compelling vision of increasing user adoption rates within their SharePoint portal by increasing readership of their company newsletter. Nordson's communications department strategy to ultimately increase newsletter readership to yield overall higher SharePoint adoption rates transpired into a successful reality as a result of sophisticated metrics and analytics of visitor activity, usage, and tracking of portal navigation. The department's knowledge of their newsletter readership, along with their navigation and visitor activity, led them to situate articles, newsletter links, and accessibility to pump up their usage and engagement reach. The members of the communications department took concrete steps to optimize the portal design in correlation with the company's IT department and SharePoint administration team. Once readers were inside the portal and reading the newsletter, the level of interest in the portal skyrocketed and took them on a journey to find more resources they found compelling and wanted to access regularly. Here is how. This was the challenge. The Nordson Corporation is a long-standing leader in the field of industrial material precision dispensing, with state-of-the-art equipment for applying industrial coatings, including liquid and power coatings, adhesives and sealants, to numerous consumer and industrial products during manufacturing operations. Nordson, operating in 30-plus countries internationally, with the total count of employees pushing into the 5,000-person range. Nordson's communications department obviously plays therefore a significant role in communicating with employees through the company newsletter. The purpose of the newsletter is to ensure they are engaged, they are feeling addressed, and feeling significant in each of their roles. Also, that they are aware of company events and have access to various resources of information. The brilliance of the company's communication strategy is that their newsletter is like many enterprise organizations, strategically situated within their SharePoint portal. To clarify why this strategy is indeed clever for any organization looking to increase user engagement and usage levels within SharePoint, play out the following scenario in your head and imagine. An employee receives a quarterly newsletter link that can only be accessed via the company SharePoint portal. The employee logs on to the company SharePoint portal and accesses the newsletter. While sifting through the vast updates and financial reports and employee policy changes, they see their name potentially popping up in the Employee of the Month section. They find a spot that draws them into the newsletter, and suddenly an interest has been sparked, greater than the employee initially expected. This employee suddenly realizes he's on the site that has various other links and subsites and collaborative resources, blogs, wikis, and much more to work with than just a newsletter. And guess what happens? Employees inevitably start surfing their SharePoint portals more and more with genuine enthusiasm for their portal's resources. And what was the solution? The communications department at Nordson was able to ensure that the process mentioned earlier was implemented by tracking employee usage with their portal and thus utilizing CardioLog analytics. They were able to identify visitor activity and navigation metrics generated with CardioLog analytics usage tracking reports. With this data, they defined their brilliant plan for optimizing their newsletter and its location within SharePoint, ultimately leading to a surge in user adoption rates, engagement levels, and collaborative efforts. Jenny Bendobler is responsible for Nordson IT management and SharePoint administration and management. Bendobler indicated that the value of CardioLog analytics is excellent as it provides great results and does everything Nordson requires for the analysis of visit activity. This activity is based upon SharePoint Active Directory and user profile visitor segments. Bendobler presented the following case for Nordson's need for CardioLog analytics, with thorough explanation for the importance of its use as an asset to increase SharePoint adoption rates and engagement levels. He says, CardioLog Analytics gives the corporate communications department a way to look at usage over time and enables us with the power to determine what kinds of stories and information is most applicable to our portal. Jerry also says, with CardioLog Analytics, we were able to identify the most useful resources for users. We then saw a massive increase of interest in using the internet because once they started using the SharePoint portal, they kept surfing and searching for more resources. CardioLog Analytics enabled us to be able to take the steps to find the information we needed to make accessible to users. When asked as to why and how the company was able to save financial expenses and resources, Nordson's Jerry Bendobler indicated that the value for the investment and the ROI CardioLog Analytics generates is noteworthy. He added the following: we have now been using CardioLog Analytics for several years, generating monthly reports. We can undoubtedly support its quality, stability, accuracy, innovation, and ease of deployment with the usage experience we've had. Before we decided to use the intranet, we printed our newsletter, which incurred printing expenses. When we went digital and left the print publication option, we actually saved money, as our newsletter was generated within our intranet. Now, CardioLog Analytics allows us to produce it more easily, effectively, and interesting with the analytics reports. We are also able to save money and resources on manpower expenditure because our corporate communications department publishes all of their newsletters online now, requiring little or no IT assistance with the data acquired from the CardioLog Analytics reports. Jerry Bendobler noted that CardioLog Analytics does a great job keeping pace with Microsoft's advancements. In every version release of CardioLog Analytics, you seem to include new and more interesting features. Nordson is definitely very satisfied and ranks CardioLog Analytics as a top-grade SharePoint analytics solution. Bendobler indicated the following regarding Nordson's choice to acquire and deploy CardioLog Analytics as their SharePoint analytics solution of choice. We did try other products, and we found CardioLog Analytics to be the best suited to our needs. As its SharePoint custom design and excellent features are the best ones suited to our needs, as well as any other enterprise organization, the most useful aspect we really connected to with CardioLog Analytics was the deep integration with SharePoint's Active Directory and user profiles to ensure finding out portal user information was easy and accessible through the reports we generated with CardioLog Analytics. Pendobler stated that the visitor activity, navigation, and search reports were absolutely essential to the overall optimization of Nordson's SharePoint portal. He said, if one of my colleagues asked, what's the best SharePoint analytics tool? CardioLog Analytics. With its deep integration with SharePoint and ease of use, this is a tool that's not invasive and subtly does the work without over-occupying the digital workspace. Yet, it still powerfully addresses our needs for analytics. Its reporting features are ideal for our needs, and we would recommend them to other enterprise organizations. Every version release of SharePoint Analytics you seem to include new and more interesting features, said Jerry. Nordson is definitely satisfied and ranks CardioLog Analytics as a top-grade SharePoint analytics solution. Nordson's experience with CardioLog Analytics, the technical support team have been very positive and reassuring, along with the overall experience with CardioLog Analytics. You can visit us at inclog.com. We can arrange a free trial for you as well. Tweet us at CardioLog, join our readers at blog.inclog.com, or contact us directly at info@inclog.com. You can have success with CardioLog Analytics the same way Nordson have had.